Hello everyone, welcome to H&S Automotive, and thank you for taking an interest in this 2010 Ford Fusion Hybrid. So in this video, we will do a walkthrough of this vehicle. I'll point out any imperfections the vehicle has, and then we'll also go over some of the major features and functions of this vehicle. Now, before we get started, we would like to point out that we purchased this vehicle from an insurance company. This vehicle had some front end damage, so the front grille as well as the hood, and then I believe this passenger side headlight was replaced, as well as the radiator bracket, which is located right behind the grille. It's still got the original bumper. So what happened was this vehicle hit a deer. So I guess, hit the legs of the deer, and then the guy kind of just fell on top of it and then broke the grille as well as the bumper, and the grille as well as the hood, and then this headlight as well. Now, with that being said, this vehicle does have a clear Wisconsin title. So what that means is there's no salvage or rebuilt rebrandings on the title. It is a clear Wisconsin title. Also, this vehicle did not have any structural damage whatsoever. So there were no airbags deployed or anything like that. Overall, it was a fairly minor accident. Just unfortunate that this person hit a deer. But so that's a little bit about the history. And then from here, we will kind of just walk around the vehicle at first, and then after that, we will dive in a little bit deeper. Here we are coming around towards the driver's side. And then here we are coming around towards the back. And here we are on the passenger side of this vehicle. All right, so from here, we will move in a little bit closer. Now, starting with the front bumper, once again, like I said, this is the original bumper for this vehicle. So it was not damaged at all in the accident or anything like that. The front bumper is actually in very good condition. Don't see any cracks or scrapes or anything like that. Now this grill was replaced. As you can see, there's a little bit of an imperfection on the grill right over here. So this was a used grill that was purchased. And then this headlight, passenger side headlight, was also replaced as well. And like I said, the hood. Now the hood is a used hood. It was taken off an existing Ford Fusion. It had the same paint coat, so there's no paint blending issues or anything like that. However, the hood does have some imperfections. As you can see, there's a little bit of a crease right here. A little bit of a dent right over there. It's actually coming outward. Not sure how that happens, but and a little bit of a imperfection right over here. So the hood's not in perfect condition. It is a used hood. And moving on to the driver's side fender. Now, the most amount of damage that you'll see on this car would be right here. I don't think this is any related to the accident that occurred over there. It's just so this fender does have a dent, quite a large size dent right over here. All right, so moving on to the driver's side door. All right, once again, I'm looking for any dents or scratches or any imperfections. I guess there's a small little dent right over here. As you can see, this vehicle does have the code access installed on this vehicle. Not sure what the code is, but this can be easily obtained from the Ford dealer by giving them the VIN number, or they can just reset it for you. Once again, this vehicle is a hybrid. All right, moving on to the rear door. All right, rear door seems to be in very good condition. Don't see any dents or scratches or anything like that. Taking a look at the rockers. Now, one thing that's very common on these Ford Fusions is the rockers will actually rust out from right over here. This one is in very good condition, especially for the age of the vehicle. Now, there's a little bit of bubbling right over here, but this is, really not a concern right now. If you notice, most of these Ford Fusions will just rust out. So this vehicle was very well taken care of that. There's not a lot of rust right there. Moving on to the rear quarter panel of this vehicle. Once again, looking for any imperfections that I can see. Don't see any. Rear quarter panel is in very good condition. And then moving on to the rear bumper. Once again, looking for any scrapes or dings or anything like that. Rear bumper is in very good condition. Small little paint chips, I guess, right over here. Now, this is a plastic bumper, so you don't have to worry about rust issues or anything like that, but I got small little scrapes right there. As you can see, this vehicle is equipped with the backup sensors. So that's what those are. And then taking a look at the hood, the trunk of this vehicle. any imperfections. I guess the only thing I can see is it's missing an H right here for the hybrid. But other than that, don't see a whole lot. The top of the trunk, it's just a little bit dusty. Kind of rained not too long ago, so. But other than that, don't see any scratches or anything like that. Taking a look at the rear glass, no chips or cracks or anything like that. All right, moving on to the passenger side rear quarter panel. Nice and clean. Don't see any imperfections. All right. Moving on to the rear door. I guess a small little, very tiny dent right over here. But other than that, taking a look at the rocker panel. Once again, very clean rocker panels on this vehicle. And then one thing we kind of skipped over, tires on this vehicle. So the rear tires are actually in very good condition. The front ones are as well. The front ones have a little less tread than the rear ones, but rear ones are in very good condition. So as you can see, then I'll just kind of point out the front ones once we get over there. Taking a look at the passenger side front door. Don't see any imperfections. Mirrors nice and clean as well. Now these are heated mirrors, as you can see from the symbol right over here. Very nice feature to have in the winters. And then moving on to the passenger side front fender. Now this fender is in very good condition. All right. Overall, it is a very clean vehicle. Not a lot of imperfections. Most of the imperfections are just kind of located in the front due to the hood and the fender, but other than that, very clean vehicle. Alrighty guys, so from here we will check out the interior. Actually, before I move on to that, I kind of mentioned that I would show you guys the front tires. Now the front tires do have some tread left on them. Now they're not in the best of conditions, but we would recommend replacing them. So it's lower tread than it's not down to the wear marks yet, but they would need to be replaced sooner than later. All right, taking a look at the interior. As you can see, we've got the driver's door right over here. Now this vehicle is equipped with power windows as well as power mirrors, power door locks, and then the window locks as well. And just getting a overview of the interior. Nice and clean. All right. So I'll just kind of start the vehicle up. Seatbelt on. Alrighty. So, starting with the instrument cluster. As you can see, this vehicle does have 83,000 miles on the odometer, so very low miles for its age. Average MPG that you can see is getting 28.7 right now. That's been getting some city driving. And then zooming out, so we do have some two LCD displays on each side of the speedometer. On the left side, it just kind of shows you the RPM when the engine is running, and then the battery voltage. Not sure if the camera's picking it up right now. Apologize if it's not. But on the right side, it shows you the fuel tank capacity, as well as the MPG that you would be getting right over there. And then a few other information slots right there as well. All right. So zooming out, and checking out the steering wheel. As you guys can see, we do have some steering wheel mounted controls. On the right side, we got some audio controls for the vehicle. So this is where you can adjust the volume, higher or lower, skip through tracks, change the media menu, and so forth. On the left side, we have some cruise controls for the vehicle. So to turn it on or off can just be done right from the steering wheel. To accelerate or decelerate, just a switch right over here. And then using this info screen, you can just kind of change through the information that's displayed up there. And in the middle, you have your typical horn. Right behind the steering wheel, we have our typical turn signal stalks for forward, which doubles as windshield windshield wiper operation. All right, and then right behind there, we do have the headlight operation right here. and then the trunk release, and then, you know, this is just the lights for the instrument cluster. All right, now checking out the dashboard for this vehicle. Once again, very clean vehicle. There's no rips or tears in the dash or anything like that. Do have a little storage compartment right over here, and then beneath that we've got our climate control vents. So nice little feature, I guess. They just kind of close up. And then in the middle we've got our hazard switch right here, and then beneath that we've got our audio controls. Now this vehicle is equipped with AM, FM, as well as aux connectivity, CD player, and then Sirius XM radio as well. I'll turn the lights on so you guys can see a little bit better. And then beneath that we've got our typical climate controls. Heat and AC work great on the vehicle, no issues there. So to operate the AC, I guess you just kind of turn it on right over here. And then this vehicle does have dual climate controls. So here, I'll just turn the fan down so you guys aren't... All right. Once again, this vehicle does have dual climate controls, so the driver can set his or her climate to wherever they like. As you can see, it changes right there. So driver right now is at 75, and then the passenger can set it to 69 or 70 or whichever they prefer. So, and then obviously right over here we've got the where you would like the air to come out, so the vent controls, and then the fan speed is just these switches right over here. And in the middle is the power switch to turn it back off. And then we got two AC switches right here, traction control, and then interesting feature on this vehicle, there's a little button for the ambient lighting. So here, I'll just kind of show you on the cup holders. So when you press it, it just kind of turns off, or you can just flip through the colors, whichever you prefer. Now this lighting is obviously around the cup holders, as you can see, and then also in the footwell area. So it's much easier to see when it's darker outside, but yeah. And behind that, as you can see, this vehicle is equipped with the Sync Microsoft system. So basically what that is this vehicle is able to connect with your Bluetooth audio, and then you can play music through there. And then behind that, we've got our transmission selector. This vehicle is an automatic. And then got our parking brake right over here. All right, and then just some storage right back here. And just kind of getting an overview of the interior. Interior of this vehicle is very, very clean. As you can see, this passenger seat looks like it's never been used. All right. One thing we would like to point out in this vehicle, this is something that Ford has actually issued a technical service bulletin for. At highway speeds, doesn't happen every time, but sometimes there's a wrench symbol that comes on, where you see the engine temperature gauge right there. So sometimes it displays a wrench symbol at highway speeds, and that's a technical service bulletin that's been issued by Ford. What that basically does, it's a software update that Ford has to do. Since they're the only ones that have the scan tool, basically speeds up the water pump, which is electric, for the hybrid drive system. It doesn't cause any drivability issues or anything like that. It's just an annoyance that has a wrench symbol pop up, but once you turn the car off, turn it back on, it goes away. So there's no drivability issues, but that is something that can only be addressed by Ford. All right, so from here we will check out the rear seating area. As you can see, we've got the rear door right over here. Again, power windows, door locks right here, and then checking out the rear seats. So as you guys can tell, nice and clean interior. Let's kind of climb inside, give you guys an overview. So this is our view from the rear. Plenty of legroom back here. So it is a mid-size sedan, so the legroom is not an issue in this vehicle. And then we do have a little armrest that kind of just flips down right over here, which doubles as some cup holders. And if you would like to use it for a seat, you can just flip it back up and it disappears into the backrest. Alrighty. So from here, we will check out the engine compartment and go from there. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, we are in the engine compartment for this vehicle. I'll just kind of be quiet for a second and let you guys take a listen. Alright, as you can tell, engine runs nice and smooth. There's no odd noises or vibrations. So as you can tell, it's a hybrid engine. So it's got a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder beneath this cover, which is mated to a CVT transmission, and then as well as a hybrid drive system. Once again, guys, thank you for taking an interest in this 2010 Ford Fusion. If you guys have any other questions or concerns, please feel free to ask, and we'll be happy to get those answered for you. Thank you very much, and have a good day. Bye-bye.